Okay, this lesson is about los mandatos informales, which are informal commands. You should be taking notes as if I were standing in front of you teaching this lesson. Please write notes for this lesson. Los mandatos informales, informal commands. So we use informal commands with people with which you would use the to form, like your little sister or your best friend or your dog. You can only give them to one person at a time. Just like the to form is the one person, it's singular. An informal command is a to command, which is for singular, one person at a time. An example of an affirmative command would be like do your homework. A negative command would be do not sleep in class. So commands are what we use to tell people what to do or what not to do. So an affirmative command like shake, if you were talking to your dog, would be two steps. You conjugate in the to form and then you drop the S. So some examples would be hablar, comer, and servir. Hablar in the to form is hablas, you drop the S and it's habla. Comer in the to form is comes, you drop the S and it's come. And then servir in the to form is sirves, you drop the S and it's sirve. These are your irregulars. Decir, hacer, ser, ir, venir, tener, poner, and sal. And I just remember these by just saying them over and over and over again. Di, hace, ve, ven, ten, pon, sal. So you guys should practice saying them over and over, and then you'll have them. Di, hace, ve, ven, ten, pon, sal. And then when you get them down really well, you can say them super fast. Di, hace, ve, ven, ten, pon, sal. It's impressive, I know. So that's the affirmative commands and the irregulars. Negative commands, if you were talking to your dog, an example would be don't bite. And to make a negative command, my steps are yo, drop, switch. That's how I remember it. So yo form, drop the O, and then switch to the opposite ending. So normally, AR verbs in the to form end in AS, and ER verbs and IR verbs end in ES. When you switch them, AR verbs now end in ES, and ER-IR end in AS. So see how they're flip-flopped? That's it. So here's your example. Hablar. Yo is hablo. Drop the O, add the opposite. So since it's an AR verb, the opposite to is ES. So your command is no hables, which is don't talk. Comer. Yo form como. Drop the O, add the opposite. It's an ER, so you add AS. No comas. Servir. Yo form is sirvo. Where's that I coming from? It's a stem changer. And it goes to no sirvas. Okay? You have irregulars. Oh, sorry. There's also car, gar, zar verbs. So verbs that end in car, gar, and zar will change the way that they're spelled when you put them in a to negative command. So for example, buscar in the yo form is busco. When you drop the O and add the opposite, which is ES, now it says no buses. But we don't want to say no buses. We want to go from buscar, busco, no busques. So the C has to change to a QU to make that K sound. Llegar is a gar verb because it ends in GAR. The yo form is llego, but when we add the opposite, it goes to lleges. So we want to go llegar, llego, no llegues. So we have to add in a U. And then verbs that end in zar, like almorzar, go Z to C. So almuerzo, no almuerces. Okay? So car goes to kiss, gar goes to guess, and zar goes to ses. Negative commands have irregulars. Here are your 5 irregulars. Ser, ir, dar, estar, saber. No seas, no vayas, no des, no estés, and no sepas. Okay? That is the end. Gracias.